Alright guys, so here's the review of the Lacz Denton LD9107. So this I think is a sister brand of Pagani design, so there's going to be a few kind of similarities in like the kind of watches they're making, the kind of market they're aiming for. So this is an homage, it's an homage of the Piaget Polo. So I was sent the watch for free, full disclosure, don't have to send it back, but you know the score. It's not going to change the way I do my reviews, going to keep it 100% honest all the time, no matter what. So question is it any good? Is it as good as Pagani's? Let's get down to it and find out. So here's the box it comes in. As I said, pretty similar to the ones you get with Pagani design, with it being a sister brand. We've got the Lacz Denton on there and then the logo. So this is one of the things that I think is a little bit odd. So we all know that Pagani design have had some issues with the branding with theirs. The Pagani name being linked to the car manufacturer of the same name. With this one, is it just me, or does that logo look very similar to the Porsche one? Just something I thought was a little bit interesting. Anyway, getting back to it. So opening up, got a nice branded cleaning cloth, and then before we get to the watch, we've also got a guarantee card and instruction manual. That's all that's in the box. And then obviously we just have the watch itself. So get all this out of the way, and then here's the actual watch. So we've got a few different dial colours you get with this one. Obviously this is the black, but they also do it in a blue and a green. So I'll leave pictures on screen, you can see what they're like. And I do think they've done a quite a nice job. I do like the case finishing, no issues with that at all. So it's mainly brushed. And then we've just got some polished details on the edge of that bezel, and just on the end of those lugs as well. Well, on the top of those lugs. Does look good, nicely done. No issues with the finishing there. And again, the top of the bezel is just polished again. Get a quick zoom in on the dial. So we've got that pattern detail in there. And then we've got the Lacz Denton just printed below the 12. And then automatic above that date window at the 6. We have actually got quite an interesting shape on that date window. Not something I've seen before. Not your usual rectangular cutout. Just adds a little bit of interest. Would have been nice to have it colour matched, but given the price of the watch you can't really complain too much. And then we've got applied indices, and they've got a nice similar kind of shape. And it all seems to be nicely aligned, no issues there. When it comes to the handset, we've got that nice needle second hand. Not quite to the edge, but it's not too bad. Nice length on the minute hand, and then the hour hand again. Could possibly be a touch longer, but again, not too bad. And then we've got that logo on the crown, so we've got a signed crown. Zoom back out quickly. Show you the, in fact, I'll talk about the buckle first. We've got a signed buckle as well, and it is a butterfly one. So the way this works, you hook it over in there, that just unfolds. And then you pop that in to wherever you need it. Then when you fasten it up, do this side first, and then with that side just put in the keepers, and then push that over and you'll click in. So the strap I'm not overly keen on with this. It's one of those faux croc ones. Not my favourite. So I've not really been wearing it on this one too much. But I'll show you in a minute what I've been wearing it on. And then flick around to the back. We've got a display case back, and you can probably see the movement in that is the Miota 8215. Again, not my favourite movement because the rotor noise is a little bit loud, and we don't have hacking on this. So we've got 100 metre water resistance. The fact that it's stainless steel case, Lacz Denton, and that's pretty much it. So let's get on to the dimensions of this. So we've got a thickness of 10.8, diameter of 41, lug width of 20, and then the all important lug to lug, we've got 45.5. So pretty nice dimensions, especially that lug to lug. So it will wear really nicely, but again, I'll show you that in a bit. Before we get to that, I'll just quickly show you, as I said, the strap I've been wearing this on. So pop this to one side for a second. So I've actually got them in this, what looks like a watch roll, but it's actually a strap roll from Vario. They sent me this for free, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. I won't open it up on here because it's actually quite big, so it won't fit in frame, but I'll probably leave some pictures on screen. So this is the strap I've been wearing it on. It's just a plain black one, nothing fancy, but it is a nice genuine leather one, and it has actually got quick release spring bars as well, which the other one doesn't have. This is just a cheap one I picked up on AliExpress a while back. So I'll probably leave that down in the description as well if you want to pick one of them up. I just think it's just a nicer strap overall, to be honest. Not a fan of the faux croc. Definitely prefer the plainer look. And again, really comfortable, as I said. Anyway, getting back to the watch. So now let's test whether we've got Sapphire Crystal on this. Using the trusty down select 2. And no, we haven't got Sapphire. Which is a little disappointing because the listing does actually say that it is Sapphire. But this is testing as just mineral. So quickly test the back. And again, that's also mineral. So not too bad on the back. You kind of expect that. But with it being advertised as having sapphire on the front, it's a little disappointing it doesn't. So now let's test out what the lume's like on this. So you can see we've got a little bit there already, but let's charge it up, give it a proper chance. And there we go. So initially it's actually quite good. Better than I was expecting given the price of the watch. Nice and evenly applied, no patchiness at all. But that being said, it doesn't last all that long. It does fade pretty quickly. For the style of watch and the price, it's not too bad, but it's not going to be lasting you all night. But you kind of expect that again, as I say, with this price. So before I show you what it's like on wrist, I'll quickly talk about this movement again. As I said, it's the 8215, so just got a push-pull crown on this. So if we pop it out fully, just move the hands around a bit. Okay, pop it out once now. We can change that date at the bottom. And then pop it out again. You can see the second hand is still going. So as I said, we don't have hacking, but that's what you get with the Miota 8215. And then obviously we can change the time. And then pop it back in. Again, no screw down. So pretty basic. All I'll have to do now is show you what it's like on wrist, and then we'll wrap this up. So this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist. And I think it does look like a more expensive watch than it actually is. Even on this cheap strap that I've swapped in. I think it still looks better than that faux croc one, but it just looks like a pretty decent watch. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that it doesn't have sapphire as they advertised. Is that a deal breaker for me? No, probably not. Because again, it's a cheap watch. And it does look good. Granted, it's not an original design, it's homaging quite heavily from something else, but they've done a good job of it for the price point, I think. I like the way the light catches those hands. And also those polished details on the case. It's just a good looking piece. But they really need to change the listing so it says that it's not sapphire crystal. Because I'm not liking the fact that they're saying that it is when it clearly isn't. I would have preferred a different movement which doesn't have a loud rotor. The 8215 isn't my favourite, but I know some people don't mind it, so that's going to be personal preference. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.